Hi everyone, and welcome to Four Top Threes.
Hello.
Ivy.
Hi.
Ivy,
How are you doing?
how are you?
I'm doing great.
We love
I
you.
would sure love to know who the rest of you are.
I'm Aethor, and over to Cassie.
Hi, I'm Cassie. I already said my name. He spoiled it. Oh my god. Next, over to other person.
I'm Neil.
There you go.
All right, another flawless introduction by the Four Top Threes crew. So this episode, I thought was going to be difficult, and it ended up spiraling out of control. That my list is now 12 long.
Welcome to Four Top 12s.
Mm-hmm.
4 top 12s. I promise I'm only going to mention 3 of them. I still haven't decided exactly which are in the top 3 slot, but I will ad-lib as we go. But
Hope you roll
yes,
20.
it was my choice. Roll a d12. It was my choice, and I basically decided after our impartial roll last time that we were going to be doing favourite songs from musicals. Now, we expanded that out a little bit, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a song, and it doesn't necessarily have to be from a Broadway musical. If you could argue it's a musical, it's a musical. So that's the line that we came down on. Because there are some movies I know for sure that Neil and I have in
I don't
common.
know any stage musicals, okay? If you're like, movies musicals don't count, hey, I've got news for you. They do now. They do now.
Yes, they do now. They do now. Because also a lot of those songs I wanted to include anyway. So yes. So this is what we have. So this is the topic we went with. It was more difficult for some than others.
Mine was really easy because I only know of 3 things. I do not know of a lot of musicals or movie musicals. Nothing against them.
I mean-
it's not my style. You know.
I mean,
don't know.
technically, almost every Disney movie is a musical.
Yeah.
Technically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Technically. So we said, yes, let's include those.
Yep. Which made me sad because then immediately I couldn't include Shrek, which is I think of as a musical,
not
even
a
though
musical.
it clearly isn't, because the
not.
soundtrack is so baller. So yeah, I was upset we couldn't include Shrek at least.
My favorite musical is Shrek with the hit Smash Mouth.
No, it was oh my god, technically how do we say technically a musical? There's
It's
the
not-
karaoke in the swamp.
Stop it.
Shrek
That does not make it a musical. I was never going to be difficult about what makes a musical. I was
Soundtracks
always going to be
are not
lenient.
musical.
But if one of you fuckers brings a fucking like a written poem or fucking Shrek, I am going to be a problem. Like, don't make me.
You are
was
the
feeling-
problem, Aethor.
I was feeling great when before we started like recording. Now you're making me very nervous that you fuckers are gonna fucking bring a poem.
No, I promise I didn't include Swamp's Shrek's karaoke in the swamp party thing. I promise I didn't include that, but I'm now going to add it to my honourable mentions.
Go ahead.
We played quite fast and loose with our description of what it was.
What is the one where Adam Sandler's like singing on stage? That one's my favorite musical.
Hotel Transylvania.
What?
He sings at the end of that one.
Does he?
Oh, you're thinking of Wedding Crashers, Neil, right?
Is it?
Yeah, he's on stage singing "Somebody Kill Me, Please" because his girlfriend broke up with him
Yeah.
before he had to go on a stage.
That's my favorite musical. My favorite musical is the end of the movie Step Brothers, where they're doing the Catalina wine mix.
My favorite musical is
My favorite
Anchorman.
musical is any movie where they do really bad karaoke. That's my favorite musical.
Guys, my favorite
I think Lost in Translation is one.
my favorite musical is the Tio theme.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Episode over.
The musical.
Thanks for
We're done.
listening,
Thank
guys.
you for listening to.
TLD is musical
Don't
number
forget to
3,
follow
2,
us
and
on
1.
All right, Neil. Let's start with you.
Ooh.
Okay, well, I'm going to talk about cats. I don't, wait,
Okay.
I don't mean the musical, because I haven't, let me start over.
A wise choice.
I don't know anything about that one.
What a landmine you threw off there, Jess.
I don't know any Broadway production musical. Well, there's Cats. I'm sorry, what?
When I was living in California, I was very excited to do some weed stuff and go see Lion King when they re-released that, right? Except for when I forgot that it was a musical, and it was very fun to relive that because I was like, oh shit, I vaguely remember any of these songs, right? One of the really good songs in Lion King is the what was it?
Can't wait to be king.
Circle of Life.
No, well, yes, but no, they're all good. But like,
Hakuna
Love is
Matata.
in the
Be Prepared. That one's so
Prepared.
good.
Right, yeah.
Claps. That one is so good.
that one is
I
really
like that one. That's mine.
Oh, that's number 3. It's Be Prepared from Lion King.
Yeah,
Oh, you're not gonna pick one from Lilo and Stitch?
it's not a musical.
Was stoned out of your gourd.
It's not a musical.
I'm actually going to add Lion King is on my honorable mentions. It's not on my is this a contender list. The Lion King on stage is actually on my honorable mentions list. I
I've
went
not
to
seen the
see it
stage.
on. It's amazing. Like, if anyone gets a chance to go see it, the tickets are expensive, but they're expensive for a reason. It's fucking amazing. I mean, I'm not a huge Lion King fan. I don't think I've ever hidden that fact. The movie did not move me in the way that it
Famously.
seems to have upset a bunch
Since
of other
episode
people,
1
quite
of Four Top
famously.
3.
I like cats.
Yes, I'm cold-hearted to their sadness. Oh no, my dad fell off a cliff. Boo-hoo. So, like that's that. But I saw it on
He didn't
stage
fall,
and
V.
it is genuinely amazing.
He was pushed.
He didn't?
It
Oh,
was sabotaged.
It was a political
Betrayal.
plot.
it was an assassination. I still don't care. But I watched it on stage and it was genuinely amazing. It was
Hakuna
just such an
Matata.
energy to it.
He became a
Hakuna
hippie.
Matata. It's on my honorable mentions.
Yeah.
It's good. Go see it if you can. It's expensive, but please go see it. With or without weed.
My mom wants to go see it with me in Berlin sometime next year, maybe.
Should do it.
I have a strong feeling that they don't do the Be Prepared song in Germany.
I'm not
Not with the
not with the Nazi march. You mean?
yeah, not with the imagery, perhaps.
Maybe altered.
I'm also not sure if
Do
they
you
perform it
understand?
in German or in English in Berlin. I'm not entirely sure.
We
I never looked
translated all
into
of
it.
Lion King, so.
I mean,
I'm sure-
yeah, but the question is, like, do they actually perform it in German?
If they
Probably.
did Lion King Broadway in Iceland and they didn't do it in Icelandic, they did the English versions, I'd boo them. I would start booing at the Vavasanya Circle of Life part where she's supposed to be singing Icelandic, and I would not stop booing until Scar is eaten alive by hyenas. It's
In Icelandic.
in Icelandic. We got distracted by something.
No, we.
Oh, I was googling if it was doing it in German or not. The answer is I don't know.
What's the answer in German?
First of all, it's in German, and second of all, when I do translate on the page to English, it's in English. I still don't know.
I'll Google it later. I'll
Uh,
let you know.
well, Lion King is a good choice now. Let's be prepared. Why was Be Prepared the one that stuck in your head and not like the other big movie loudness ones like the opening musical number and oh my god, what's the other one? Yeah, Circle of Life.
Can you
or is
feel
that
the
same
love
one?
tonight?
Yeah, that's the one.
Circle of Life is the opening song. Then you have
Uh-huh.
Can't Wait to Be King, which is a great song also. Then you have Hakuna Matata, which is a fucking fantastic song.
I don't
Then
like
you have
happy
Love in the Air, which you can
songs.
skip. And
I don't like happy songs. I don't know. I just, the performance itself, I liked it, and it was a bit. It's a bit sinister, yeah. But I don't know.
Neil was thirsty for the villain.
This I just like the song. So Sumi,
No, I agree with Neil. The Be Prepared song is like fucking amazing, both in Icelandic and English. Like the English version is fucking
be prepared
all right.
for sensational news. A shiny new era, just tiptoeing nearer. It's a good song.
It is.
Did we also at one point jokingly say this was the alternative song for Laffian? Because he wanted the Can't Wait to Be King. And we're like, no, let's be prepared.
All depends on which direction that character goes in.
Indeed. All right, Aethel, what have you got?
Oh, for number 3?
Yes.
This is going to be a real dumb one. Like, really, really dumb. So, you guys know Tom and Jerry?
The musical. Yeah, of course.
So, Tom and Jerry famously don't talk. And then they made Tom and Jerry the movie, in which they talk and they sing. And I
No.
don't like it when they
No.
sing. I don't like it when they sing, but oh boy, do I like it when the dog and the flea sings. So there's a song in the fucking movie. Like, okay, so beginning of the movie, the family's moving houses and Tom and Jerry get left behind. And they become homeless, like literally in the first 10 minutes. And then they then they're like eating out of a dumpster, and Tom and Jerry are being like enemies, as they do. And then a flea and a dog show up, and they're being buddies. And then they sing a song about how it's easier to be friends than enemies. And it's so powerful, and it's so happy, and it's so upbeat. It's so upbeat. And in Icelandic, I love that song. I absolutely fucking adore that song. And I will hum that song to me randomly throughout the day, which is not true about a lot of the other songs, but the other songs are more powerful, I guess is the phrase to get used. So, I don't know what to do at this point because none of you have heard this song. So, do you guys want to
I didn't even know that Tom and Jerry had a movie. Let alone that they spoke in said movie, let alone that they sang in the movie. So
I'm pretty sure Aethel brought it up before in a different episode.
Almost 100%.
They sang?
This is such a good one.
You've talked about Tom and Jerry before.
Yeah.
I
I'm
remember
a man's
that.
child.
My brain may just go, oh yeah, they play that consistently on the ferry. And then my brain just got stuck there.
But in that same show, same movie, later on, there's a bunch of alley cats that then start trying to muck them for no apparent reason. Then there's
because they're bad guys.
Yeah, they're bad guys. And then there's there's an entire plot about a girl that wants to go to Tibet to find her long lost dad. And then there's the evil stepmom and stepdad who just want to keep her because they want the inheritance. And it has nothing to do with Tom and Jerry and the hijinks they get into. And the dog and the flea get like caught by like a dog catcher in the first like 20 minutes and you never see them again. I think they die, man.
It sounds like a bad movie.
It's so bad, but that song is a banger. The ending of the movie.
Okay.
I'm not going to spoil it.
I'm going to have to... yeah, don't spoil it, because I feel like we're going to need to watch this now, because I've never seen this.
Really?
And I need to know what the fuck you're on about.
I wonder if I can find it in
Because the idea
Icelandic.
that they meet a dog and a flea, and then they get beaten up by alley cats, and then the dog and the dog pound takes the dog and the flea away, and we never hear their beautiful voices again. Who wrote this? How did they write this? What were they on?
It's amazing. You guys just need to learn to appreciate art.
I was just reminded of a movie. God damn me. I forgot about a movie.
Do you guys want to listen to the song? You can cut this.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to.
I've added 2 references.
I've got it ready to go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, that's low quality.
This fucking dancing, man.
Mm-hmm. Look at how good friends they are. They do, like, shadow puppets together. You can, by the way, tell there was probably a lot of sound effects in this song in the English version, but in the Icelandic version, just cut.
The dog's voice does not match his body.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Did he just kill the flea by smashing the thing on his head?
I think
They look like it.
I genuinely thought that when I was younger. Are you ready for Tom and Jerry's voice?
Again, it does not match his body.
No, these are what's the word I'm looking for? Like they're famous actors.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
casting for celebrity rather than for voice.
Names, yeah.
But
Oh my
I'll
God.
say that they're all really good at it. They are all professional singers and actors and blah blah blah. Like
Aim to be a double threat as a minimum.
I mean, to be fair, with a small population like Iceland, you really don't have like a very big pool to choose from.
But once again, they cheat. The Jerry voice actress is a female, so it's there's a shocking amount of like jazzy songs in my youth. Því ekkert jafnast á við það að eiga góðan.
This is suffers from not knowing when to end.
Oh yes, oh yeah. But it's over now.
And they didn't learn a lesson.
And we're back.
We're back. We'll. I'll put a link to that in. I'll try and find the English version too while I'm at
I
it.
guess the flea is dead now.
Blimey.
Mm-hmm.
Rip the flea.
Rip.
Now you see him at the end.
He's a shadow puppet. That's all he is now.
He's only a shadow now.
It's a shadow of his former self.
No, that is a song that lives rent free in my head, and I will randomly just pop into my head as I'm just going through my day, just like.
This is going to be stuck here for a while too.
I was thinking about movies that have cats in them. For obvious reasons at this point.
Have you heard of this movie,
forgot-
Cats?
I forgot about Oliver and Company. That's
Oh.
such a good movie.
Fantastic.
Oh my
There's
God.
Oliver and Company and the Aristocats. So
Honorable mentions, all of them with cats, except for the one that's named Cats.
Neil, can I tell you a really cool fun fact about German voice actors and like movies with cats in them?
Yeah.
There is this one actor who voices pretty much every single male villain in every cat-related animation that gets translated. And his name keeps popping up. It's always the same guy. He's like Scar in Lion King. He's also Diego from Ice Age.
Diego.
It's always the same actor. But apparently
Oh
he
my
can
goodness.
do big cats really well.
That's amazing. God, I love Oliver and Company, though. I forgot about that one.
now it's an honorable mention because you'd forgotten it.
I think there's only like maybe one song in it.
Oh, I think he's also the lion from Narnia. Sorry, that's where my head is.
Oh, Aslan.
Yeah.
Well, that one's not an evil
good
one.
choices.
That was
Yeah,
like,
they
that was-
ran out of evil cats, so they were like, I don't know, we have to cast him now. There's a big cat in
He
here.
was like,
so let's
guys,
just
I'm
cast
We have to cast him now.
There are no more cat movies.
I think that was literally Jesus in that one. So I think that,
He's literally supposed to be Jesus.
yeah.
Oh, the worst.
I don't know, maybe
All
they
right,
have it on
Cassie.
contract. He needs to voice every cat. If there's a cat in a movie, he needs to voice once. I don't know. So yeah, anyway, since we included Disney musicals, I listen to a lot of Disney musicals, like also Lion King or like Hercules or stuff like that, ad infinitum in my childhood. So for some reason, none of them popped up in my head. I think I listened to them so much that I got sick of them and I don't want to ever hear them again, not even in my head. So none of them are on my list. I'll honorably mention all of them, maybe. I don't know, just all of them. Every single movie you can think of, I'll just put it there. But on my list is actually at the beginning from the movie Anastasia.
Oh shit!
Which did not used to be a Disney movie, but it is now, so I can include it.
Is that one of the Bluth movies, or who made
Bluth?
that one?
A
I don't
different
remember his
studio, I think Fox Studio or whatever.
Yeah, you're right. Don Bluth. Yeah.
Yeah, Don Bluth. Yeah.
His name was
okay.
Don Bluth and Gary Goldman. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't used to be a Disney movie, and I think they bought the rights for it, and now Anastasia is officially a Disney princess.
Boo.
Boo. I'm not entirely sure what it is about that song. I think I saw the movie Anastasia once in my life, like when I was 8 or whatever, and I never watched it since. And then I, for some reason, heard the song in a not a music video, like an AMV, anime music video. And I got reminded of it, and then I was like, oh my god, I like the song, and then I listened to it, and it has this nice sense of going on an adventure with someone you don't know or you don't like, and then at the end of it you realize you liked the adventure so much that you would like to go back to the beginning with them. And I really like that sentiment, and that's why it's on my list.
Which song is it, did you say?
It's called In the Beginning, or At the Beginning. I wrote my list.
It's either that or a rumor in St. Petersburg. Like, I quickly Googled Anastasia because I'm like, oh yeah, you're damn right, it is a musical. And there is a song that's sung by the villain that I absolutely
Rasputin?
adore.
Yeah.
When his head is like flopping around.
Yeah,
the fuck.
In the Dark of the Night.
Guys, I've only watched this movie once when I was 8 years old. I don't remember anything. I cannot help you.
But you watched every other movie too many times, and you started to hate them. When I was little,
no. I listened to them on audio dramas because we have audio drama cassettes. So that's I listened to them so much.
When I was little, I had a Lion King cassette, and I listened to it on road trips on repeat so much that my parents hid it from me, and then I forgot about the movie until I was doing drugs in California, and they re-released it, and I really wanted to go see it.
Yeah, that's pretty much the situation I'm in.
So, I have a semi-funny story about Anastasia. So, you guys remembered the Don Bluth movie coming out, and there was like a kind of a oh, this is like a really cool animated movie that's not Disney. I at least remember the little hullabaloo.
It's not Disney.
And,
yeah.
I can't. You guys know how every time there's a Disney movie, some garbage animation studio somewhere in Europe pumps out a terrible ripoff?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, guess who got the VHS for the Anastasia hangs out on a farm with a bunch of farm animals for 50 minutes?
Oh my god, I think I remember something like that.
It's so bad. It's terrible. And I remember watching it 3 or 4 times to make sure, wait. There was no Rasputin singing. There was no bat. There was nothing in this movie. I have to watch it again. I clearly skipped something. My 8-year-old brain. I genuinely, by the way, had a thing as a kid. I would redo things over and over again, expecting different results. No. I didn't record over the ending of this movie, did I? Then I watched the entire movie and I'm like, oh, fuck, I did. And then I'll do that 3 or 4 times. Just every time I'm like, no, this time I didn't record over it. Ah, shit. I watched that movie so many times and it's goddamn terrible. And then it came out in the original Anastasia, the Don Bluth movie came out in theater here in Westmorland for some reason. And I instantly went and watched it. Because
your parents were like, for the love of Pete,
to wash my brain with bleach.
So, I don't know why I remember this so well, but at the end of the movie, Anastasia is on a farm and she gets swept away by a prince or something stupid like that. Somebody comes along and recognizes her as the princess. And the farmer and the farmer's wife, the wife was, by the way, the bad guy throughout the entire movie for some reason. The farmer's wife is like, haha, I am going to leave and give away Anastasia for money. And the farmer looks out and Anastasia's been whisked away and his wife is gone. And he's just like, yeah, I'm free of these burdens. Yay! And then he just runs off and abandons the farm. And all the animals surely starve to death.
No!
The entire movie has been building up as characters and the friends of Anastasia. They're just left to starve at the end of the goddamn movie.
Oh,
it's
no.
It's not a good one, guys.
Doesn't that one have the little bat in it?
I know.
That?
Cassie.
The actual Anastasia one, yeah.
It's so cute.
Not the one I'm talking about. I'm sorry.
I was
actually.
actually so sad. I didn't when I was a child, I didn't realize that there was a difference between Disney movies and not Disney movies. And I remembered back when I was a child, they always had like little toys from Disney characters in the McDonald's Happy Meals or whatever they were called, children's thingies. And I was so sad when there was none of Anastasia because it's not a Disney movie. So obviously I was like, the bat was so cute. I want one of the bat. Fuckers.
Yeah, I didn't know for the longest time that cartoons were done by anyone other than Disney or Cartoon Network. Like, that was it. That's all I knew.
Yeah.
We didn't have a concept.
Or Hanna-Barbera, I guess.
We didn't understand the concept of quality. We just knew what we liked. And sometimes what we liked, we didn't like all of a sudden. Why were cartoons all of a sudden bad?
Guys, we were childs.
We were children once.
Once upon a time. No, I'd completely forgot Anastasia was a movie. That's a really good call. There's a cover artist there's two actually, really good cover artists on YouTube. Jonathan Young and Caleb Hayes, I think his name is, Hales. And they do metal versions of villain songs from Disney movies. And like the one they do for In the Dark of the Night is fucking amazing. I think that's when my brain was like, oh yeah, shit, I forgot that's a thing. Fuck. And then I started falling down the hole just now looking at them.
Oh no.
I'm like, damn it, there are so many musical songs. Damn it, fuck.
Wait, doesn't Rasputin get defeated at the end of that movie by basically having his little glass thing broken?
I don't remember. I just
so.
remember there was a very green, shadowy demon kind of sequence. That one lives in my head. I haven't, as I said, I haven't watched the movie since. But for some reason, I have like these shadows in my brain somewhere, and like this green tinge, and those shadowy figures. They live in there somewhere, rent free.
Next movie night, we're watching Anastasia in 1997.
Guys, we haven't done a movie night in a year.
I know, we have to do them again. They were so fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's been a while.
So, V.
Yeah.
What's your number 3?
See, this is tough. I have my number 1, but I have so many others.
Well, you've stalled 3 people.
I know.
Picks.
I've managed to stall really well on this. Fuck. I'm gonna go with do I do something funny or something serious?
It's number 3. You go for fun in number 3.
Something funny that is serious.
Cats.
Serious fun.
Oh, okay.
Talk about cats.
I can actually talk about cats. So in Cats, my favorite bit in Cats is you have the twin burglar cats, and watching the stage production of them. I'm talking the movie that was years and years back, not the shit new one with
the CG cats.
Watch the new one, please. Yeah, that's absolute bullshit. Watch the one where they are wearing such skin-type stuff you can basically see their nipples. Like, that's the shit you want to see. You see their junk. That's the one you want to see.
You know what will get me to watch the CG cats?
You could see the nipples?
I've noticed that.
Release the butthole edition. Release the butthole edition. That's all that I ask for.
No.
Disney, you're cowards.
So I don't know the story behind this. Does this actually exist?
No,
That's the story.
No.
There are people.
We're not talking anymore about cats, but I love the stage version of Cats.
Side.
So fuck every one of you who thinks it's bad. It's hilarious and it's energetic, and there are some dope ass music things in it. But I'm not talking about Cats. I will talk about Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny.
Okay. You know what? Damn it. I forgot about another one. It's that one. God damn it.
No, Neil. You have to cover it up and say, oh no, that one was on my honorable mentions list.
That was my second.
It's on there now.
So, because fun, this is why I'm choosing at number 3. I genuinely, I can't pick too much of my list apart. I just can't. So yeah, let's do the Pick of Destiny. It has 2 brilliant songs in my opinion. One is Beelzebub, which is just hilarious. But yeah, the choice I want to pick is actually Kickapoo.
Really?
It's fucking amazing.
It's so
like,
good.
if you actually listen to it and like ignore the words, just ignore the words a little bit and actually think about the feelings and the actual musical that goes into that, the harmonies are amazing. And you have these people with such power in them, like Meatloaf. Holy shit. Like, his bit is so under control. Like, holy crap. And as much as I am not a huge Jack Black fan, he actually does sing well. I just think he sings stupid songs. But Kickapoo, I had that on so much in the car when I was learning to drive, when I was driving on my own. I love that song so much. It has so much like gumption to it, and it has so much like fuck you energy to it. And it speaks, I think, to a lot of us where our parents are like, no, you can't do this. Well, fuck you. I love it. I love everything about it.
I feel like we just talked about exactly that thing last time on the last episode.
Yeah. I think talking about South Park the movie and Tenacious D in the last episode what made me think we need to do musicals because I love them.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Kickapoo, actually just listen to it. Don't don't get too carried away in the thing or in the words per se, but the actual music of it is really good. Like, it's actually genuinely good rock. It's just the same shame that Jack Black and Co is in it.
Forgot about this movie. Dude, I totally miss you. That's a good one.
Oh,
That is a good song. I'd
So,
forgotten that one.
when I said Kickapoo earlier, I meant to say My Sasquatch or whatever the fuck the worst song in the movie's called.
Oh,
My Sasquatch?
they're all good. All of those songs are good. They're so
they're
fun.
all very singable. They're all very quotable. That's not a.
Yeah.
That's not a.
They are.
Yep.
The biggest crime is
But man, he can suck a dick. There's so much in here.
They're catchy. They're fun. That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. So I wanted to, if we have to pick a fun one, that's the fun one that I'm going for, because the other one is such an honorable mention because there's so many in the movie that I can't not mention the movie as a whole. So yeah.
Nah, Beelzebub
that's
all
me.
the way. If you told me to turn on a song from that movie, it's Beelzebub.
Beelzebub is funny. I do love it. And I think is it David Grohl that's doing the devil?
Yep.
So good. Like, fucking nails that shit.
Did you know the actor that plays the devil is also pretty talented at guitar?
No. Really?
Just. He's been in a couple of small bands. You may have heard of them.
Yeah, a couple of them. I'm not sure you've heard of them. I'm not even going to mention them. I wouldn't recommend watching The Pick of Destiny.
Do it! The scene where the guy with the eye with the dagger, get over here, give me the pick! And they're like, no.
It's a funny movie, V.
I might amend that to watch if extremely drunk or high.
Yes.
Or if you have that 3 a.m. haze.
It's a funny movie,
where you're just
V.
like, everything's funny. Go ahead and watch it, but I wouldn't recommend watching The Pick of Destiny. Listen to it. It is really funny. And as much as they goof about, they actually are, like, they do sing well and they do play well. I just don't like them.
You're just jealous.
Yes, of course I'm jealous. They're making it with fucking songs called Kickapoo. Like, here we are toiling away in oblivion, and there's a song called Kickapoo which talks about your dad sucking a dick. Like, come on.
They got that chance after they wrote Wonder Boy, which is the best song.
That is...
It's a funny movie, V.
See, again, Wonder Boy is just like... Wonder Boy is a potentially beautiful song.
What do you mean potentially?
But they fuck it up. It's a potentially beautiful song. They just put such stupid lyrics in it halfway through. I'm like, what are you doing? No. But then you cannot compete with Fucker Gently, and you cannot compete with Tribute. Like, I will never argue with you guys on that. They are fucking gold tier songs. So yeah, that's my third choice. Kickapoo from The Pick of Destiny.
I approve.
All right. Thank you for that. All right, Neil, what have you got?
God, I guess I don't do an order, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This one.
And Nathan died a little bit on the inside.
I like the cover of Roxanne in Moulin Rouge. Is that how you say that?
I think so.
Moulin Rouge.
Yeah. God damn. That's a good It's a good spin on that song. And is like the deep gravelly voice rocks, like so fucking good.
Fuck yeah, my brain just caught up with what song you're talking about. Yeah, that is an insane fucking cover of that song.
It's ridiculous.
Who's the Roxanne singer?
You're talking about the gravelly voice dude or the real buttery voice dude?
No, Roxanne.
I have no idea. I've never seen the movie.
Okay. Same here.
I've never seen the movie either.
I just know the song, and I know that it's a really good song. Damn it, Mulan is a musical too. That's a good one.
Let's get down to business. To defeat
So good.
the Huns. Did they send me daughter?
Fuck, you're right!
When I asked for sons.
For sons!
And god damn it, YouTube, stop reminding me of things. Phil Collins and Tarzan.
Ha.
Uh,
Is there a single song? Is there a single song in Tarzan that isn't being sung by an off-screen artist?
No, but Phil Collins did a good job.
Oh yeah. It's still one of the most like true statements ever. It's like Disney, like, hey, we're making a movie about a monkey man. Can you make some chill ass soundtracks? Phil Collins on fire on the piano.
Yeah.
what were we talking about?
We were talking about Roxanne, the voice and the actor. I think I just asked Neil the question.
Yes.
Yeah.
I even, in fact, just put the link in the chat.
If
God, his voice is so deep and gravelly. Ugh.
If Evan McGregor is he's the buttery guy, right?
Yeah,
Now I just want to listen to the song. Fuck.
Such a good song.
There is something about that low bassy tone that's just like, whew.
Ooh.
Yes.
When people like see, I've seen this done on like those musical television shows where people are trying to be the best singer or whatever the fuck, and like you can't do this song. Stop trying, please, please stop. The one thing I do like when musicals do is when you have the two kind of complementary / they're kind of like conflicting singers happening at the same time. I love it when two people are singing at the same time. It's so fucking good. And you have the buttery dude singing his thing, and then you have the gravelly thing, and it's just so good together.
I have a massive soft spot for duets, and I have a massive soft spot for, especially in musicals, like you have like themes, like this is this person's theme and they sing that, and this person has their theme and they sing that, and then somehow through some sort of fucking genius they'll slide them together for like a song together, and it fits. And I'm like, magic. Of course you never see that happening. Like you never know that's going to be a thing. Is it a one-off or is it a thing? Like no, I love it when they slot that in on stuff like that. They do that on so many beautiful things. I know they do it in Hamilton, because I've heard a lot of that. And also the game, Bastion, I think it is.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the name of the song?
Yeah.
Bastion. They have like, Build the Wall and Mother something?
Yeah.
Father?
I'll put the link in the chat.
Yeah, and then they put it together in a song at the end, and it's just beautiful. Like, it's just, I love it when they do that. Squishing together of things.
Setting Sail and Coming Home.
That's the one.
Yeah. No, I've genuinely never seen Roxanne, but I've heard that song so many times. And one of my friends got like dangerously into this song for a while. Like this was the only thing you'd ever hear in his car and in his house for like a dangerous long time. And I don't know.
What do you mean by dangerous, Aethel?
Because you're left with that like, do I need to watch this movie to figure out what's going on? Because, like, it feels like there's something going on in your life now, and this movie is speaking to you.
There's nothing wrong if Moulin Rouge is a movie that speaks to you. That's okay.
Never seen it.
I don't know if anyone here has seen it.
No, I don't know. I've never seen it.
I've never seen it. I do have a funny story about it. I was going to go watch it on stage when I was in Paris. But the entrance to the Moulin Rouge bit is right next to a nightclub. And of course, I'm a dumbass, and I was in the queue for the nightclub, and I missed the
That's hilarious.
Boy, people dress weirdly for the theater nowadays.
I have seen this
like, well,
scene, and I don't
chill.
know anything about the movie, but I don't know. I don't like listening to it and seeing it in the scene. The scene's not. The scene is weird. It gets a bit wild, to say the least. But I like the, I guess, shortened version.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. The like
just
CD
the album
version or whatever you want to call it. Yeah,
So
album.
I didn't experience this as part of a movie or anything. I just know it because I was in band and around a lot of theater people, and the things that become popular in that crowd. Like I can kind of like get to hear from time to time, and this was one that stuck. Love this one.
Cool. All right, Ethel, what have you got?
Oh, me.
Yeah, I think I did everything completely out of order. I'm going to continue doing it this way.
Sure. I'm pushing you to honorable mentions, and I'm grabbing the other one. Yes, I have been battling over what I think should go where, and it's not fun being me right now. It's not fun being me right now.
So hard.
So, does the phrase "all the animals in the forest need to be friends" mean anything to you guys? Yeah, that's what I thought. So,
Watership Down?
You're talking to someone who forgot that Lion King was a musical. So, just putting that out there.
Fine. So, there's a story written by, oh God, I can't even remember his name right now. Let me see if his name pops up when I click on this thing. Thorbjørn Egner, which I think is either a Danish guy or a Norwegian guy. And he wrote a little story. It's about the animals in Hálsaskógur, as they're called in Icelandic. And it's a dumb little story for babies. It's about how all the animals in the forest need to be friends and they need to help each other out. Yes, my second song is also about being friends. Shut up.
I was not an Icelandic baby, so I don't think that...
No, but it's bigger than Iceland. Like, this was clearly made by like a European something or another. Like,
I mean, if it's a Danish or Norwegian guy.
Yeah. But there's a part. So the story's super dumb. You're following the story of a mouse, and he goes to the bakery, and then there's a fox that tries to eat him, and he sings a song, and he makes the fox fall asleep, and then the fox harasses a different bakery, if I remember correctly, and then the forest catches fire, and the bear says everybody needs to be friends because we need to save the bear cubs, and everybody decides to be friends, and then the fox agrees to eat bread for the rest of his life.
What about the bear? Did the bear just like trick everyone to save their kids? And then they're like, all right, that's all I wanted. Like,
buffet for me, buddies.
Yeah, I'm going to eat all of you now because I'm a bear.
And then the bear said, let them eat cake.
Yeah. I don't know why the bear is a herbivore in this story.
I mean, they are omnivores, so they can sustain themselves on stuff.
I love berries.
But there is a part of the story where the mouse gets cornered by the fox.
He's a bear.
And
sorry.
I feel so dumb. Oh, I feel very, very dumb right now.
They also like honey.
That's very sweet.
Hey, Thor, you made a pun.
Yay, we're proud.
So, stop congratulating me, please. I'm dying right now.
We're very happy with you right now.
The part where the mouse gets cornered by the fox, he climbs up into a tree or onto something. And the fox says, I'm just going to wait for you to come down. You're gonna fall asleep and you're going to fall down and I'm going to eat you. And the mouse goes, oh, okay, cool. You wouldn't mind if I sing a couple of songs, would you? This is why it's a musical, because everybody just has reasons to sing songs randomly in the story. And he sings a lullaby, and the song's literally called Lullaby, Vögguvisa, which is the Icelandic word. It's the most general song. And I love this little lullaby. It just genuinely hits me straight in the goddamn heart. And the unfortunate thing is, it's always sung twice. That's how it's sung in the story. That's how every version of it is. It's just twice. I love this little lullaby. Yeah, and I bust myself like like whenever I'm holding a small child that's falling asleep, I bust myself humming that all the fucking time.
Aww.
It's just
Adorable.
And then he barely escapes from eating dinner.
It's very unfortunate.
It's very sweet. What exactly? I kind of feel like I missed out. What is this? Is this like an animation or?
It's a stage play 90% of the time where there's like little acting scenes in between, and then there's 1 minute songs. By the way, all the songs are like 1 minute to 1:30. Like they're very short. This is not a hardcore musical. It's mostly a story for kids, and it's it caught it was a battle between Dýrin í Hálsaskógi, which is this story, and then I don't know if you guys know this one, Kartimömmubærin, or the Kartimömmu town, which is just a town which has 3 robbers that have a lion and they come in and steal shit from time to time. And then there's the last story, which is Carius and Bacchatus, which is the little men that live in the
I know that one. I know that one.
Oh, you know that one?
I know that one. Yes,
they showed it. Thank God.
They show it at every when the dentist comes to the school and teaches all the kids about dental hygiene. They always showed Carius and Bacchatus.
Yo, thank you, Jesus. I thought I was gonna flounder. Like, I thought I was gonna drown. No, at some point I started remembering all these like little cassettes I had as a kid, and I would listen to them, and I had these 3 stories in it, and I love all of them, and I had to pick. It was really, really difficult to pick one out of all of these to put here, but Vögguvísa, go click on it in the bottom, and once he's done singing once and the weird bad voice actor is going rah, 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 just you're done. For some reason there's a bit in between the songs where the guy is
hit escape and leave.
Just it's really nice, and it's got a really, really beautiful melody to it.
Aww.
Cassie.
Well, thank you for it's very good.
Now I'm gonna let you flounder for a little bit longer.
I feel. I don't think it's often that I felt this aimless. Like, how do I explain this? How do I talk about this? Okay, so when I was 6, no good story starts like that. And a little bit of an honorable mention to the original Lazy Town, which was made in Iceland, called Latibær. Back when there was no Robbie Rotten, nobody was bad. There was no bad guy. Everybody was just lazy. And the entire CD is just kind of fun to listen to. But
Lazy Town is not, that's the one that did the pirate song, right?
Yeah. Lazy Town.
You
got like,
are a pirate.
Yes, your heart fiddly dee.
Best musical. That's my number 1. Hang on.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay, so on my list, I asked specifically if I could include music from Cirque du Soleil, because they are not strictly a musical. They're more like performers, like what do they call them? Acrobatic performers, I guess. But they have like music for all of their performances, and I saw them live on accident during a con one time, and I fell madly in love with the music, and I went through a phase where I listened to all their music, and one that stuck with me the most was from the stage play that unfortunately I will never get to see because it's only performed in Las Vegas, because it involves like a big water tank and they cannot take that anywhere. It's called O, just the letter O.
Okay.
And the track is called Remouse or Remousse. I don't know. It's French. I will never be able to pronounce it. And I refuse to learn it. And hang on, I will.
Kessie's line. No.
Luckily, it doesn't have any text, so we don't need to be bothered with French. I'm going to put a marker to where the song begins here somewhere. Hang on. Because so I first heard it when O was relatively new on stages, like I don't know, it was 2012 or 13. I saw the trailer, and I saw it had this track Remuse or whatever as it's the music that was playing in the background of the trailer. They have since upgraded the trailer, and it's not the same anymore.
Boo.
Boo. But it's a really nice song that has like a lot of suspense and a sense of adventure and also a sense of danger. But it's also kind of like uplifting. Like when I listen to it, I get energized, and the performance is really good. It's like these guys are like on a ship made of metal swinging over this big tank, and the performers are all wearing these suits that kind of look like they're like skin suits, but I'm not sure what they did with the painting, but they look like they're muscly, like they are very accentuating the muscles. And when I first watched the sequence, I thought they were like supposed to be like a skeletal kind of
like
ship, like a ghost
kind of thing.
Yeah, like a ghost ship or whatever. And in the foreground, you see like this, I guess, this Alibaba kind of guy sitting in the front of the tank, just watching the performance. And I think I don't remember exactly what the context is. I watched the entire recording of the thing. There was like some kind of story behind it, and he's just watching it like he wants to go to sea, like that's like what he imagines it is like to go to the sea, or or like what his idea of like pirates is. Yeah, and I really like the performance. It sticks out to me personally as one of the Cirque du Soleil songs because of the music and because of the performance. I really like it.
The vocals in this are actually gorgeous.
Yeah, they're wearing the muscle suits or whatever you want to call it. It's basically like it highlights where the muscles lie. It looks like the fucking tank from
it looks like I don't know, maybe they're supposed to be dead because it does look like rock.
It looks like a skeletal ship. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to know somebody who
gorgeous.
speaks French to translate the lyrics for us.
I'm pretty sure they're not French. I'm not sure.
It's just vocals. I'm not sure it's lyrics, but it's definitely vocalization in there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
like
it might be the same. If you know the Adiemos project, Adiemos. And that song, they use fictional lyrics. It's like one of those things that just consists of the sounds over words.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, because you know more about the Cirque du Soleil than I think anybody here right now. Is there a single Cirque du Soleil group? Is there a copyright? What is...
So there are like Cirque du Soleil is like the overarching company, I guess, of like they make several performances. There's like more than 20, I think, at this point, but and some of them travel all across the world and perform the things, and they are different troops, I want to say, but they belong to Cirque du Soleil. So, like Cirque du Soleil guarantees that they have a certain type of quality to their performances and their music, and if you are a troupe, and I'm not sure if you can apply or if they make the group if they have like a head of staff or whatever. But that one in particular, is the only one that's stationary in Las Vegas. That's why I will never be able to see
like
it.
Looking at the tank.
Yeah.
That's not a thing that moves. No, they perform in like different places and each have their own like little stories that they tell. When I was in America the first time, when I was in America the first time, we went to see these guys and we went to see Blue Man Group as well. Like, these guys are just unreal.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
But that
is a solid choice.
If you want to see one really good Cirque du Soleil performance. Yeah, try to get your hands on like a copy of O. I think they sell it as a DVD now, or you can stream it somewhere. I don't know, but like I personally find it sparks the imagination like no other of the shows. Like I've watched a few of them, and that one just fired something up in me as a whole. because it works a lot with interpretation. Well, most of the shows do, but like this one in particular, and a lot of light and shadow shows and stuff like that. And yeah.
I mean, if they didn't work a lot with interpretation, their stories would be quite limited. Here's a jumpy artist. Here is another jumpy artist.
No. They actually tell a story, but you are free to interpret. Like, for example, with this ship, what exactly is this ship? Is it a ghost ship? Is it like, are we seeing guys sailing across the ocean? Like, why are we seeing this? You can interpret that whichever way you want. And I feel like O is the one that's the most not
stylish.
Stylish? Did you say stylish?
Yeah. That's what I thought I had.
I'm not sure. It's hard to explain because there are other shows, like they have one. I'm not even sure what they're called. They definitely always have themes. Oh, they have a one for Avatar, the blue people thing. There is a Cirque du Soleil one, just to give you a sense of like what their stories are. I actually watched that. It wasn't that bad. It was interesting.
No, I ask because
I'm totally hypnotized by watching this goddamn ship now.
Oh, I'm gonna send you another one. It's so fucking beautiful. Later.
Yeah.
Not now.
It is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
I can understand why, like there is also something to be said about not using language.
Yeah.
Using voices as instruments. This is a beautiful example of that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. That was a good choice.
Thank you.
Thank
you for letting me include that, because it's not technically a musical, because no one's saying anything.
Oh, no, it's clearly not a musical, but
it's a choreography. But okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, lots of musicals do have just whole sections of dancing. Cats does.
I mean,
for example.
like a large part of a musical is also like the performance, like the step, the dance steps and stuff like that.
Yep. Exactly that. Like a lot of the musicals that I watched whilst growing up, a lot of them were like, you have entire sequences that are just music.
Yes.
And it's just dancing and performing.
Musicals do have instrumentals.
They're not singing though. They're not. The difference is that there's no like.
Yeah, but it's not a songical, is it? It's a musical.
There's physical artists on stage performing to a song.
Hey, Neil. Godspeed Black Emperor is a musical now, huh?
It's a musical.
It starts with a little bit of talking and then it's just interpretive until you're dead.
It's very interpretive.
All right.
I've been listening to them a lot lately. Sidebar. This guitar tone is wild as fuck.
They're too good.
At my number 2 slot, I am genuinely torn between two. It's definitely a stage show. They're both stage shows. Oh no. What do we want? Something emotional or something personal?
Something personally emotional.
Something emotionally personal.
Something with cats.
Okay, well, something with what? Cats?
If it doesn't have cats in it, we don't want to hear about it.
Huh. I can't acquiesce to your demands, Neil. No of these things have a cat in it.
Do they have dogs in it?
I'm sorry. No. But I know that one has a camel in it.
Close enough, we take it.
Camels are the cats of the desert.
It starts with C and A, so we'll take that.
Cats are the cats of the desert.
Right.
What do you mean?
Camels are the cats of the desert.
There's literally desert cats.
All right. Desert cats it is. So a little bit of setup as to why this is my number 2 slot. I mentioned before, I grew up watching a lot of musicals. My parents would put on things like The Sound of Music and The King and I and a bunch of other stuff like Seven Brides for Seven Brothers or some bullshit. I don't remember. We watched a lot of musicals growing up. A lot of older ones too. And my mum was massively into musicals, and she was massively into Andrew Lloyd Webber, which is the guy who did Cats, if you had not done it.
You did. You swung it around me. I'm in.
You're welcome. Yes, I did it. I'd have to mention Cats of the fucking desert. my mum used to have. She used to listen back when you used to have a CD player and you had the headphones attached to them and all portable and stuff. She had one which had like the best of Andrew Lloyd Webber, and it had songs from a load of different musicals that he did. Both of the songs that I wanted to choose are on that CD, but the one I'm going to go for is "Any Dream Will Do" from Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. It's not a, it's an earworm of a song. And it tends to stay in the back of the brain, especially the little kind of like echo parts that happen in the song. But for me, the reason it's in my top slot and it's between that and the other song by Andrew Lloyd Webber, is because I basically stole the CD player from my mum while she was listening to it because I was an annoying kid, and she's like, "Fine. If you're going to take it from me, sing it to me." And the song that I sang from that was "Any Dream Will Do." And yeah, that stuck with me for a bit. And then many years later, when my dad and I used to do karaoke, and when I say do karaoke, I meant we ran it every week, at least 1 to 2 times a week for about 3 years. "Any Dream Will Do" is a song that we used to sing together a lot. And I just like it. I actually can't sing it very well. So whenever I got to the bits I couldn't sing, I stopped singing and let my dad take over. But yeah, like I love "Any Dream Will Do." It's I don't know, it has feelings in it and it has vocal range in it that I clearly can't hit. And it's an earworm. It stays in the back of the brain. So that's my song. I will talk about the other one as the honourable mention because that cannot be at the top spot if this has to be a spot too. So yeah, there you go. It is emotional. There were cats involved. There you go.
But where's the camel?
I'm waiting for the camel.
So Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat is basically a tale of a guy who was the 7th son or some crap like that. Anyway, his dad loved him and they lived out in the desert, and his dad basically gave him a Technicolor Dreamcoat, a coat of many colors, and the other brothers got jealous and angry and pretended to kill him and sold him into slavery. And it's all set in Egypt, I think.
Isn't that
Israel,
the story
I honestly
from
don't remember.
the Bible?
Yes, it is.
I'm sitting here just like, am I losing my goddamn mind?
99% sure that when they sold Joseph into slavery, that the guy who brought him had camels. Which is I was like, okay, this has to be the one. The other one, the Phantom of the Opera, does not have a cat or a camel in it, and I can't think of any way to get a cat into Phantom of the Opera. I'm sorry.
When he's playing the organ, he has like a cat that's running across the piano, like diddle-doo-doo.
No, he does not. He does not have a cat in there.
The Chronicles of Narnia for bringing cats into the Bible in a way that no one did. It was really missing cats, and I feel like
if they had brought it in sooner, you would probably convert.
all I needed in religion was cats, and they would have had me. But alas.
Neil, what about the other thing that I sent you a few weeks ago, where they what are they called? The helpers at the church, not the priest, but the acolytes, I think they're called. They burned weed instead of incense.
Oh, well, my 2 favorite things. Oh, I'm back in. Religion, you got me.
I have a feeling there are many Christians going to tell you, you ain't practicing Christianity if you're smoking weed and reading Narnia.
Listen, do you know how fucking high they were when they wrote the Bible?
What do you mean reading?
You got a furry acting out the fucking story on a stick. And you're just like, I'm such a good Christian man.
From the furry point of view.
God is good.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. So I guess that's my number 2. Oh. All right, Neil. What have you got in your top spot / alphabetical order / whatever for you can pick from the list?
Some kind of order. I like the ending song. I don't know if it even has a name. In Sweeney Todd. I don't know much else about that movie, but the ending song, again with the two singers going at the same time, like when they start in. Have y'all seen that? Hold on, I'm gonna put it in the thing.
I have not watched Sweeney Todd.
Well, you're gonna watch the end of it now.
Mainly because Johnny Depp's in it, and I'm not the Wasp.
Yeah, he's not even really like the reason why I like this song, but like the way that her lines and stuff come in, and the strings, when those strings start swelling and stuff. Oh my god, beautiful. Ever since I re-listened to this the other day to prepare for this, because I remembered it. And just like that opening, how the thing starts, you'll know when the musical part starts, and she starts it. Just the vocal lines and all the writing is so good. Just in that first little part, that first like minute where the song starts, before it like kicks off, I could just have that on repeat and be super happy. It's so good.
Damn, we're going to end up with like a gazillion playlists for 4 top 3s on our YouTube channel.
We need to stop doing music stuff.
I just love how that song kicks off with them like back and forth, and he's doing the like slow part, and she's like defending herself, and just like the vocal lines crossing and the strings like swelling up, and it's just so good. Just that one little part is so amazing.
I think you will very much appreciate the Bastion song that I linked for V earlier.
I'll check it out. Yeah, that's mine.
That is cool.
For no other reason that I just hear that
it's
little, just the kickoff of that. No, not lied at all. No, I never lied. So she should avoid. I just hear that in my head all the time now. It's just catchy.
I don't understand how murderers can be friends.
Aren't you always worried? I think
like,
no. They know you know.
Like, I can't be friends with thieves for that reason. I'm just like, no, you steal shit. I don't trust you, you fucker. You're gonna take my shit next. No, I just steal from big corporations. And what about the day I'm rich? You're just gonna steal from me, you fucker. I can't trust you.
Don't get rich. Easy.
Oh, easy. I know that's the easy part, not getting rich. I'll have you know, Neil, I'm not falling into money bags every day.
What? You're not? You get out of there.
Shit.
Run! It's okay, I can lock myself in this room.
I'll lock myself in with the money bags. He'll just rob me, Aether, you can be free.
That's a good song. I like
it. It's a fucking solid song.
Again, I also have a soft spot for duets. I really do. Just something pretty about them. All right, who's next? Ethel.
Oh, me. All right, let's do honorable mentions then. I'm following my rhythm. You guys can do your own fucking rhythm.
Yeah, that's fine. You do you. We love you doing
you. Are special, and we accept you as you are, Aethor. As V and I already told you on Friday.
Thank you.
Yes, we accept you just the way you are.
All right.
You're a little baby, and we must protect you.
Yes.
I only have one honorable mention, and I may get mocked for it, but alas, doesn't matter. Back in 2009, there was a writer's strike in Hollywood, where writers finally realized that they were getting paid, like, not pennies on the dollars, like fucking, like, they were getting paid, like, dust and farts when Hollywood was making billions. And during the writing strike, a couple of like kind of E-celebrities got together and they made a little musical together, and it's called Dr. Horrible Sing-Along Blog. And it has Neil Patrick Harris, it has Nathan Fillion, it has Felicia Day, it has a nerd guy from Big Bang Theory whose name I never remember, and it has a bunch of like writers that are like known for being like cool little writers from back in the day, and they made this little project. Nobody made any money. People were just throwing money onto the project just to make something while Hollywood was going through
Dr. Horrible Sing-Along, right?
Yes. Yeah. Dr. Horrible Sing-Along blog. Anyway, it was released. I have no idea how its distribution worked. As far as I know, it was released for free on the internet to begin with. And there's a song at the start of episode 2. It's only 3 episodes. Every episode is less than 20 minutes, if I remember correctly. And again, like, it is so late 2010s, early 2010s. Like, it's quite cringy and terrible today. But that song is fucking fantastic. And the song is called My Eyes. But that's my honorable mention. It's a dumb song. It's a duet, and I think Neil might enjoy this one, or this might be genuinely like an affront to you, Neil, because
Okay.
I'm terrified just by the image that pops up.
But moving away from my honorable mentions, because I'm not getting into this song. I got into it way too much. There's a band called The Proto-Men.
Oh, yes.
I genuinely have like 8 songs to choose from as like their best song. And they only have like 10, 12 songs. Like, they only make gold. They make such good music. It's really, really dumb where they come from, but it is so good. And I am genuinely torn between so many songs from them. But let's give it a little bit of context. Proto-Men is like a rock opera band that made 2 rock operas about Mega Man. Yeah. That's as dumb as you think it sounds. And they made it so emotional and so impactful, and they use such like evocative language, and they use such strong emotions. It's fucking insane. And God, it's so fucking hard to get across. There's a fantastic song called Light Up the Night where there's a guy who's just screaming about like how angry he is at the system and the injustice and the oppression he's feeling. And the phrase like, it feels like my veins are filled with gasoline and it's going to be the tiniest spark and it's going to be the biggest fire you've ever seen. It's like, it's so evocative. It's so well built. There's another song called Father of Death where a guy is talking about like, no, I didn't build machines to become an oppressor. I built machines to help the humans. And his friends arguing with him like, no, we use the machines and we become gods. It's so fucking good. But I think the best song is, by far.
So, I actually have this also as an honorable mention.
Yeah.
And if yours isn't the same as mine, I'm going to scream.
It's State versus Thomas Light.
Yep, 100%. It's such an amazing song. It's the lyrics in it incredible. Whoever the vocalist is, holy fucking shit, that dude has pipes. He has such power and raw emotion to it, and the crowd scene at the end of this song, and the way that they basically are. You have one set which is like, you know, kill, death, maim, destroy. And you have the other set which is actually singing his innocence at him. As you would kind of get from it's like the State versus Thomas Light. It is supposed to be a trial. And it's amazing. And there are such lines in there. I think my favorite line is, do you remember where our souls will meet on our way out of this town?
I
fucking love this song.
It's a question.
Will our souls remember?
And it's genuinely...
It's gorgeous.
Like the first album is a little bit difficult to listen to because it's very loud. It's very noisy. It's got that like kind of grunge rock feeling to it. But genuinely sit down, pull up the lyrics and read along with this. It's so fucking powerful. And like, I'm angry that it's that my top pick isn't from the first album, the song Sons of Fate, which is just so fucking good. 2 guys screaming at each other, one of them screaming that they're not worth saving and the other one screaming I will die saving them, and they're screaming in the background like save us, he's terrible, we're awful. It's so good. It's amazing. Just check out the Proto-Men. I cannot recommend them more. They will never release Act 3, stop asking. It's just never gonna happen. And just I'm not gonna let anybody listen to any of the songs out of order because you need to listen to it. Like, you can start with Act 1 or 2, doesn't matter, but just listen to it throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, like we listened to this I think when we were driving around Iceland.
Yep.
We were on holiday, and this the song on its own is great. You can listen to the particular song that we've highlighted on its own, and it's still good. But in context, holy crap, does that like pack a punch? Definitely listen to it all, and you'd probably find your own favorite. But this one I like it, and yeah, I think like Aether and I have spoken about it a bit to each other. It's in our brains at least. So we wrote parodies of songs for T characters. This is one that we would do for Rao, but we wouldn't need to change it because you really don't need to. The lyrics are all in there, and it's gorgeous and beautiful, but we're never gonna do that. So yeah.
No.
It's that fucking sentence. Will our souls remember where we said we'll meet on the way out of this town? It's such a it's the last doubt you have for somebody you loved. It's I love you with all my life, and I will never stop loving you. And you love me with all your life, and you'll never stop loving me. But when we're dead, will we remember where we promised to meet up? It's like I don't even know. It's weirdly deep. It's dumb. It's super dumb.
I like how towards the end of this song in particular, he is supposed to have murdered his wife.
Yeah, he's some trial for
but
that.
He didn't. But the crowd believe he does, and he's like, it doesn't matter whether I killed her or not. I'm still guilty for this. I'm still the reason that she died. So fucking hang me. Just be done with it. It's gorgeous. I love it. It's a good choice. If it wasn't going to be on your honorable mentions, at least I was going to raise it.
Yeah, no.
Since you introduced me to this,
it's I don't know if it counts as a musical. It's basically just an entire soundtrack with singing lyrically over it, but all the singers are really, really talented, and none of them are doing that.
I sure hope it is, because my top list is also a musical without anything on stage.
All right. Then I'm gonna move it over to Cassie, and I look forward to hearing what they have.
Okay, so on my list is a song from Encanto, and no, it is not We Don't Talk About Bruno. I know We Don't Talk About Bruno is very good, and it's very catchy, and I think we would like it because it has that duet thing going on, but with 5 different voices.
All right. I'm gonna need to say something. When people have been saying We Don't Talk About Bruno, or whatever it's called, I thought it was because whomever voiced Bruno was a bad person, and then we don't talk about it anymore. It's actually a song. All right, then. I feel like I've learned something today.
So the reason I'm not putting We Don't Talk About Bruno on my list is because it basically sets up a piece of the story. And I personally watched Encanto because I watched We Don't Talk About Bruno, the section from the movie, and I could basically figure out one half of the plot just based on that song. And I personally felt it was I was able to predict it by just knowing the blurb of the movie and that little song. But my personal favorite from that movie is Surface Pressure. Because it speaks of it's a very relatable track as opposed to We Don't Talk About Bruno, which is, as I said, just a story element to set you up for why we don't talk about Bruno, why we're well, we're all excluding Bruno. But Surface Pressure is about dealing with the expectation that is put upon you from your family, from your environment, from everyone, and how sometimes that can just completely pull you under. And I feel that's a really relatable song, and both the visuals and the singing are really good. They bring that theme across really well. And I watched an analysis about also how Lin-Manuel Miranda used used words and the iambic pentameter, or whatever the fuck it's called, to add to that feeling of being pressured and feeling helpless, and how all of that lined up to give you that feeling. And I thought that was really I don't think I've ever seen as many analysis videos of any other Disney movie that had song in it, why the music was this good, other than Encanto. And I really like Surface Pressure because there's also a lot of I want to say like meta or math or whatever that went into making the song that I feel like not a lot of people put into their musical songs. Like, at least I don't feel like that. They might. I might be completely wrong here.
What do you mean when you say meta or math?
So, using, for example, that iambic pentameter to put the stress on the first syllable. So it's a downwards going, like it goes from a high note to a low note, which is like a decline of the notes, which adds to that feeling of helplessness or weakness, which is something the character experiences in this, or like that's part of her arc or background or whatever.
I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know enough about music to tell you how much that is used in other songs.
I don't know either, but like I see those analytic videos keep popping up a lot, and sometimes I watch them when I have nothing to do, and I feel like I've not seen a lot of them of other Disney movies. So like I feel like there's a lot of meta going on in this movie, that in this not just this particular music, but the entire movie, which I think is really beautiful because you still get a very good story, a very relatable story, and these elements add up to why it's so relatable or good.
Yeah, I still haven't watched the Encanto.
You should. It's good.
Basically, I haven't watched anything since
ever. The movie night.
The one where we got. You're welcome. What can I say?
Moana.
You're welcome. Yeah. I watched that one and it had the stupid chicken in it, and something about that stupid chicken just pissed me off. I enjoyed the movie, but the
dumb chicken.
That chicken just ruined the movie for me. I was just like, please remove this thing. It's not doing anything. I'm enjoying the songs, I'm enjoying the spectacle, but remove the goddamn chicken. Is there a dumb chicken in Encanto?
Yeah. No. Wait, what is it? No, there's no animal.
There's an animal sidekick, is there?
I'm trying to think of it. I don't think there is, because there's one character that has like the ability to speak to animals, so there are a lot of animals in there, but they are not sidekicks.
You're on thin ice, Cassie, talking to animals. That's some Doolittle shit, and I'm not sure if I approve of it.
So the thing about Encanto is that every child that is born in this house, in this family, has a special gift that they receive when they reach the age of 10, I think. And that one boy gets the ability to speak to animals. That's why I'm saying that.
Okay. There you go. Okay.
And that isn't Bruno.
No.
Okay. All right.
We don't talk about Bruno.
No, Bruno got the forbidden ability.
Yeah.
Okay, well, clearly we're going to need to watch
Bruno
this movie.
got an Xbox.
He just has the ability to game all day and not get super fat, even though he drinks Mountain Dew and Cheetos.
If you do end up watching it,
what a prick!
If you do end up watching it, I would be interested for you to watch We Don't Talk About Bruno, and tell me what you think the movie is gonna be like. What the arc with this character is gonna be based on that musical, and like if it's as predictable as I think it is. Personally, I watched it. I was like, I could piece together most of the video, the movie by that detail. But it's still a good video. It's a musical. Yeah. What?
It's a Disney movie with a family that says we shouldn't talk about a certain character. 100% the movie is about the family learning that they shouldn't ostracize him for something that he was born as, and that they need to ease off on these like strict boxes they've put themselves into, and they all love to learn again, learn to love again. Like it's a Disney movie. I just described all of them except Lion King, which is the good one.
No. A talking cat, really?
Good one.
Oh, thank you for that. So my number one spot, I'm not even going to ask what kind of thing you want. I already knew this was going to be my top spot. I am minorly obsessed with a musical called Jeff Wayne's musical version of War of the Worlds. I fucking love this. I listened to it first when I was about 5 years old, and the alien noises, ooh, what? It scared the shit out of me and I couldn't listen to it. And then I got a little bit older and I was like, I'm going to overcome this. And I couldn't. And then I turned 12 or 13 and I put it on in the background while I was studying and writing. I believe I was writing an essay on the Tudors, some bullshit like that. And I fell in love with it ever since. I love this musical a lot. I have seen it performed on stage twice and it is incredible. I hate the new version so fucking much. Even though I love the actors and the singers in them, I think individually they're very talented human beings, but it sucks with the new people, so please don't. I always like the older version. It's amazing and I love it. And War of the Worlds, if you have no idea, is essentially Mars attacks Earth. Not Mars attacks, but Mars comes to Earth and attacks us. And they wipe out a lot of human beings with their heat rays and something I'll get onto when I talk about the actual song I'm picking from here. And then eventually they get killed by the common cold. And yeah, but the way he ends the musical is there's a transmission from NASA saying, "Oh shit, there's a problem. There's something else coming from Mars." So it's a musical about an apocalypse, which is right up my alley. So yeah, we follow a journalist, and the story is split into two. So you have part 1 and part 2, and part 2 is what we call the red weed phase, where basically Mars accidentally brought with them some plant life called the red weed, and that spreads out and completely covers Earth. So Earth also looks red, like the red planet. That may influence certain things that I am thinking about in the future, because the red weed is terrifying. The sounds of the aliens is terrifying. But the beginning of Act 2 is one of my favorite songs, and it's called The Spirit of Man. It is a duet. It is about a preacher who sees his wife again. They got separated, and he's like, see, the devils have come and they are taking over the earth. And she's like, they're not devils, they're Marshmen. And he's like, no, this is the cost of our sin and our greed, and we should give ourselves over to the devil, for the devil has already won. And she's like, no. And that back and forth between them, the top comment on the YouTube video I looked at was, here they are, these two characters having the most epic duet ever, and the narrator is sitting there third wheeling in the background. That's very much how we see it. But it is the wife coming back. Her name is Beth, and she basically tries to reinstill hope back into her husband, the preacher, of like, there is hope. If someone stands up, if someone does something, then the spirit of man gets to live, and that is the spirit of man. It's hope. It's doing that. But through the course of this song, he's quite negative, and eventually she gets killed by the aliens towards the end of it, and all hope is lost. I love the sound. I love the differences between their singing styles. She has a very like high and sweet voice, and he has a quite low and depressive like demeanor to him. The music shifts a lot and also includes a musical version of Ula instead of the terrifying alien version, which just still freaks me out when I hear it. And it is just such an interesting take on symbolism for what the aliens are supposed to be. It's supposed to be our sin and vice, and we could learn from this, but ultimately we don't. It is hope coming back into the world and immediately getting killed off. The red weed is just an image that just lives rent-free in my brain on occasions of just things getting covered in this. And the aliens are terrifying. And it's 11 minutes long, so I'm not going to subject you guys to this. I will put a link in for everyone else, though. But this song, it is just absolutely beautiful, and I love it. But it is really long, so I'm not going to subject any of you to it.
Okay.
But otherwise, there are so many songs from the musical version of The War of the Worlds. There is Autumn Child, which I adore beyond anything else, about love lost and you may never see them again. There's one right at the beginning about an artilleryman who basically loses his fucking mind about living underground, and that's how we're going to live. We're going to play cricket in the sewers, and then we're going to fight them with our machines. And he's like, nah, you're off your rocker, mate. Until eventually learning that, hey, I'm going to give myself up to the aliens. And then he doesn't die because aliens are died from the cold. And yeah, I love everything about it. Seeing it on stage is unreal. They have a full orchestra and also a heavy rock section. So there's a lot of electric guitars and all that shit in it. It's fucking amazing. So yeah, that's my top spot.
All right. Question. Is the floor open to questions?
Yes.
You've
How
turned
many
this.
cats are there?
Good point. Good question.
None. But I don't believe the aliens are carrying off the cats.
I mean,
I believe the cats live. No, there is definitely a mention of a dog.
I'm gonna tell a
but none of
version
cats,
where
I'm
they
sorry.
die because they're allergic.
I was
to
just gonna
cats,
say that
and
was
the cats
probably
saved the world.
the only reason they didn't include cats. Otherwise, the aliens would already have died like first minute. What, a cat had you?
Yeah. Aslan deals with no alien bullshit. Aslan does not believe in aliens.
Is that the name of the
They're
episode?
devils, exactly like the preacher
Is
said.
that the name of the episode? Aslan did not believe in aliens.
That is a fantastic episode. Now I'm going to write that down.
So I know you've turned on this musical many a time while we're
Yep.
driving. Have you ever let me listen to it from beginning to end?
Probably not.
You always turn it off during the really long Ula song.
Yeah, because it's terrifying. It still gives me chills. There's something about the way that they have mixed that fucking thing in the back of my brain. I'm like, no, you have to turn it off, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. Because I'm not being distracted by writing up stuff or learning stuff or writing essays. No, I'm in a car driving along like, ooh, la, like, well, I think it's pretty empty. Well then,
These biggest
where's the red
fears.
wheat? I'm
Toilets in the Ulas.
Oh no, we have to go back and re-record that episode.
Oh, goodness. Oh.
The next season of Dark Dice is going to be dumb.
Yeah. There we go. I've now written down Aslan doesn't believe in aliens. So yeah, I highly recommend listening to it. It's great. The imagery invoked in it. The original thing came with a booklet that had a load of images and artwork in it, and the artwork is beautiful. Don't watch the actual movie because that is trash. Please don't subject yourself to that. If you want an alternative way of experiencing War of the Worlds, go listen to the original broadcast that I think Orson Welles did. It clearly says it's a radio play. But I can understand why people were freaked out. Go listen to that if you want an alternative way. But otherwise, just go listen to this musical. It's amazing. I love it. So,
You keep saying
Okay,
the
done.
movie. Is there a musical movie, or are you talking about the
Nope.
2010 movie? Or
It's a
whatever?
shit movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shit movie. Yeah.
I remember when it came out. I remember a lot of people talking
I think they
about
blow up Big Ben, as one does. That never happens.
it. Do they blow up Big Ben on Independence Day?
Probably.
I think they blow up everything.
Yeah, they blow everything
Yeah.
up in Independence Day. Yeah. It's always Big Ben and the Eiffel Tower. Those are the things get
Big
like,
Ben,
wiped
Eiffel
out
Tower,
every time.
and the White House.
Yep.
They leave the pyramids alone. They leave the China Wall alone.
Why do you think they leave the pyramids alone? Because they built that shit.
Yeah, the landing pads, baby.
Aslan doesn't believe in the pyramid.
Oh fuck. Yeah. That's my choice. Does anybody have any honorable mentions?
Yes,
Okay.
all of Disney.
I already did that earlier.
I'm joining in.
Neil?
Like
do we have a...
I-
You're going with
I
us?
wanted. I wanted to throw in Hellfire from Hunchback of Notre Dame. I wanted
It's so good.
I wanted to Be Prepared. By the way, I love that fucking song.
Good.
It's so good.
We did also mention in a bit that's clearly going to get cut, Mulan, Get Down to Business, or whatever
yes,
it's called.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Mulan soundtrack's amazing. Aladdin has a
Yes.
couple of solid songs. Even though, like, I Will Show You the World was always my least fucking favorite song as a kid. I don't know.
If I had put some, like, if I had remembered this thing earlier, there was a game that I bought and that I played half of it. It's called Karma Flow, which is a rock opera video game. And they have like a musical in it, and there was one song that is stuck in my head, and I don't remember what the words are, but it's occasionally I just get random flashes of that sequence, and I'm like, yeah, that game existed. I should continue playing it sometime.
Oh shit. Oh, sorry. I do have one real honorable mention. The bickering cut song from the Lorax. It is genuinely a fucking banger of a song. Like, if you have never heard the bickering, you need to check it out. It's so good. And it's a scathing review of capitalism, so I know a lot of people will enjoy it.
I'm actually surprised none of you mentioned. No, wait, you did. Little Shop of Horrors. You did have one of them, right?
We haven't mentioned that, but
No.
it is on my honorable mentions list.
I didn't even mention it.
Kidnap the Sandy Claus from Nightmare Before Christmas. That one's a fun one.
Oh, yep.
There's so many good ones.
Damn it.
Yeah. Go watch Little Shop of Horror and then just have Nightmare Before Christmas running in the background on silent because nobody likes that movie, really. Everybody's pretending.
Which one, though? Both of them?
There's more than one.
I don't know which one you want on silent
haven't
and which
even
one you
seen
want
it.
to be listening to.
Nightmare on
I
Christmas.
know the soundtrack.
I
That's it.
I have never gotten the hype for that movie. Like, yeah, there's a couple of fun songs in there. Yeah, it's really pretty for like a stop animation movie. It is not the hype machine it pretends.
It does not need to be your personality, though. Please.
It's mostly for the emo and gothic kids, I think.
Yeah. I don't know the first thing about that movie. I know less about that movie than I do about Moulin Rouge. So I just know the soundtrack because they had like a bunch of rock artists do the soundtrack at one point, and so I've heard bits and pieces of that.
Yeah, didn't Korn do the This Is Halloween?
They did the Kidnap Santa Claus song.
Oh, they did the Kidnap Santa Claus.
Yeah. They might have done more than one. I don't know, but I know that they did that one.
All right. I have Phantom of the Opera, Wishing You Were Somehow Here Again. It's supposed to be a song about losing your mentor, but it's clearly a song about mourning. And I love that song, and it's very emotional, and I cry. I love it. I'm going to also shout out to Lion King on stage, The King and I, because I was forced to watch so much as a kid, and The Sound of Music. I'm also going to shout out Pink Floyd's The Wall. I actually do love that fucking soundtrack. I do love that movie. It's really good. I have to shout out at least The Room Where It Happens from Hamilton, because a lot of TLD was written to that song. I probably should at least mention that. But I'm going to be not tinily narcissistic. Dark Dice, the musical, is actually really good. I periodically, when I accidentally catch parts of me singing it, I go back and listen to it, and it's all in my ears for like 3 or 4 days. But the true honorable mention is going to be South Park the movie.
Sorry, Travis.
Oh, South Park
I'm
the
sorry,
movie.
Travis, but South Park the movie will always trump Dark Dice the musical. What South Park the movie has Mountain Town, which I fucking love because every time they do and say things, it makes me laugh so fucking much. You see homeless people everywhere, but you just don't care. I fucking love that bit, the Kenny's bit, which nobody knows what the fuck he's saying, and then the very end of like 4 tickets to Terrence and Phillip, Asses of Fire. No, it's beautiful. It's comic timing. I love it. It also has Kyle's mum.
It's great.
Kyle's mum is a bitch, which I think we've mentioned a few times, and that song is just mwah. La Resistance, which is actually a really good and clever medley, in my opinion, and I have also listened and sung that song way too much. And obviously, Uncle Fucker. How could you not?
You're crazy.
It was really close to being right at the top of my list, and I'm like, no, I'm going to take it back because there's too many good songs in South Park movie. So I'm just
You're
take it back.
crazy, V.
That's-
The 2 best songs is Up There, which is sung by Satan,
Yeah,
Or-
that is actually really good.
or Blame Canada, which is the best song. And it's literally like
Award winning.
it's yes, it's the best
Yeah, you're a boner biting bastard, though, Aether.
You're an uncle fucker. Nobody fucks uncles quite like you.
What about Will Smith? Y'all like Will Smith? Wiki Wiki Wild Wild West. Why did they do that? Why?
Oh,
All right, we're watching Wild Wild West, and then we can watch Bruno.
We have so many movies we need to watch. That's my honorable mentions. Apart from Evermore from Beauty and the Beast, the rest of that movie can go to hell. But that one additional song, I'll take it. That's my honorable mentions. Anyone have anything else?
No, I promise I'm done.
This is why this is really hard. Because I still have a bunch of other songs from other musicals that I fucking love. It's just tough. All right. So, next time we will have... All right, I'm going to spin a wheel.
No, you don't need to.
Online
There's
wheel
only
spin
one
thingy.
among us that didn't have one yet in this season.
Well, we're still spinning a wheel.
Okay, the wheel's still spinning.
4 top 3s.
100% random, spinning a wheel.
Have you seen the widest kids you know? Where they're doing the Wheel of Fortune, but it's like they're afraid of copyright, so it's like Wheel of Money. They have to like put a pause. Wheel of Money.
Yep.
And he has to try to stop them from saying it. That's funny. I'm gonna cut that, but it's funny. I love that. Remember, let go of the wheel, and they all just keep getting their arms ripped off. Stupid.
Right.
What a stupid
Holy
show.
shit, I'd forgotten that shit. Holy shit. Okay. Sorry, V, you have a wheel?
I'm sad that he died.
Yes.
Sad.
I spun the wheel while you guys were talking, and it's Aethel.
Oh, holy shit, it's my...
So Aethel, you get to... Yeah, you... Surprisingly, it's you.
Holy shit. Next time we're doing...
Neil had
Next time we're
kazoos
doing
and stuff
3
like over this.
top... Oh, yes, please do kazoos.
I have a kazoo. I'll add the kazoo.
All right,
I've got this. I've got you, boy.
Next time we're doing top 3 intros from TV shows, movies, whatever you want. Doesn't matter. Top 3 intros. Bam.
Intros.
Ooh.
What are you on?
Intros.
Like
It can be intro.
theme and...
So,
Or like...
an instance of an intro is the DuckTales theme. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, so you want like themes, not just like beginnings of thing being hard-hitting.
Oh, I don't know. Because, like, the Twilight Zone is quite iconic, right?
That could be an intro. Yeah. It could be theme, it could be intro. It could basically, it's the thing they play at the beginning.
The ads?
Your favorite ads, guys. No, we're doing that though at some point. We're doing that at some point.
HelloFresh, Stamps.com, Bomba Socks.
Great Shadow Legends. What's the guys that are in hot water right now?
Established
Established title.
Yeah, buy a fucking tree in Scotland and call yourself names. That makes sense.
Okay. So my thing is,
Are we getting
I'm
money
thinking
yet?
Themes? Not yet.
Oh, fuck.
We're
No,
not getting paid by
but-
established titles yet.
But if you like, Cassidy, you can call yourself a lord or lady, and that's
Or a laird,
free.
yes.
So, yeah.
Oh, fuck me. All right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Aethel, we will take your topic and we will do that next time. Other than that, thank you all so much for listening and we will catch you next month. Did we do it?
Bye.
You guys cats that I thought of.
Bye. Bye.
Did you guys cats that I've thought of the intros one, like between the seasons, and I've been sitting on it for like 4 months now, dying.
Hey everyone, it's V here. Thank you so much for listening to our episode about our favourite songs from musicals. Neil started talking about South Park the musical a couple of weeks before we recorded this, and I just 100% had to go and make the next episode all about this. So I had an excuse to talk about it. I do have to correct one point that we made in the episode. Aethel was talking about the Proto-Men having released Act 1 and Act 2, and they would never release Act 3, please stop asking. Literally 2 weeks after we recorded this episode, they released the first song from Act 3 of Proto-Men. It sounds baller, and I put a link to it in the description below, but yeah, it was literally, I think, like years between them saying anything and actually releasing the first track from their third act. Yeah, it was just kind of funny how that worked out. So I included a link to that below in the show notes. And you can also find a link to everything that we had as our tops and everything that we had as our mentions. So there's links to those down in the description as well. This episode, I'm actually going to ask you to listen to a little ad read that I wrote for some friends of ours who basically want me to give out a PSA about something. So today's episode comes with a public service announcement from a shady unknown friend of ours who totally isn't from the Fable and Folly network. Totally not. And they have pleaded with us to let you know not to listen to Space Podity. Space Podity makes a mockery of carefully crafted and 100% rules found within the Spelljammer D&D system as they hang out with flying squids in interstellar space. You see, the thing is, they lure GMs in like the succubuses they truly are, only to prank them by making them herd cats and be the only adult in the room. Paul Ross of Dungeons & Dragons underwent such an ordeal, with the players making him reveal secret NPC backgrounds from his own show. I mean, how dare you prank and be so brutal? These so-called Hollywood professionals from the worlds of acting, filmmaking, and Netflix hit series give great performances and awesome stories, but at the cost of the sanity of their guest GMs. And as a fellow GM, I cannot also condone this. Repeat, do not listen, wink, wink, to Space Podity and encourage their funny and yet bad behaviour. You totally avoid searching Space Podity in any of your favourite podcast catchers. That's the end of the PSA. I listened to a couple of episodes. It actually is really funny, and you should totally be encouraging their bad behaviour. So yeah, totally don't search Space Podity in your podcast catchers. Yeah, I guess that's it. We'll see you next time with Aethel's episode. All right, bye. This has been a Blighthouse Studio production. Thank you for listening.
It's ridiculous.
Who's the Roxanne singer? Do you know?
I don't.
Oh,
Cassie disagrees.
My pure ears will not listen to a movie about a whore.
Space Podity,
an actual play D&D Spelljammer podcast. In Space Podity, 4 adventurers visit the worlds and vex the GMs of other actual play shows. Keep listening for a sneak peek, and please subscribe so you don't miss the first episodes, set in the campaign of the long-running Dungeons & Dragons podcast.
Acting Captain's Log. We've crashed our flying birdbath mansion. Long story. The party of groundling adventurers on board is kind and heroic, but untrusting, and is staring at me. It consists of a traumatized minotaur.
You want us to traumatize?
A spooky Aasimar child.
I'm an adult
An
now.
adult Aasimar child, whom I suspect to be enthralled by a hidden power, and the most headstrong elf I have ever met. And that includes Rascalgar, the cataclysmically reckless, from the former Erogenon Zed.
Sounds fun.
Also, the mansion's kitchens are out of ale.
How am I going to function?
Space Podity. Find us wherever your podcasts are.